Guys, today I've learned something new about Minecraft. So there's a book by Mojang that tells players on how a Minecraft house should be built the right way. So there's basically a how to build a starter base guide by Mojang, and this is very interesting. Unfortunately, I don't own a copy of this book. However, Sbeev, I hope I say his name correct, he owns one and he checked out this book and he tried to duplicate and do what was told in this guide and build a freaking Minecraft house according to Mojang. And this will be very, very interesting to check out. So yeah, and if you guys are new to this channel, please don't forget hit that subscribe button for more content. There will be many more Minecraft videos coming. There will be soon some very cool series starting, so be prepared for that. And yeah, let's have a look at how to build a Minecraft house the right way according to Mojang.
If you've played Minecraft, you've probably built a house at least once.
Oh,
except
many.
for these guys who said no. Most
What?
of us had those nostalgic moments when
You
we
lived in
decided
caves
to
or
make
what?
a house entirely out of diamond blocks in creative, or a shack made out of dirt.
Yeah,
in
we all
survival.
did that, like dirt
Honestly,
houses,
two of
right?
the worst building blocks, in my opinion. But how would Mojang build a house in Minecraft?
Yeah, how?
Well, today we'll be building a house from one
That's
of
the book
sacred
I was
texts,
talking about.
the
It's
original
too bad I don't
Minecraft
have that.
construction handbook, not the updated edition, the original one. To see how Mojang would build a house, at least in
Wow, that's a nice one. And wait, there's an updated edition. And yeah, if you look at like the glass windows here, that's still the old design. Like this was several updates ago. But there's an updated version of this. But that's actually interesting because you guys see like how it tells you like which shape and stuff.
version 1.7. In addition to the house itself, I'll be constructing the back garden and hedge maze off to the side of the house.
Oh, that
as
looks
seen
nice.
here. But there'll be a little twist later on to
I
our
would build
build that you
something
might
like
find
that too.
interesting. Also, before we get into the video, if you haven't already, consider dropping a like and hitting that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 50,000 subscribers by June.
Oh, I have
Hope you enjoy
50,000
the video.
subscribers, but on the main
very
channel,
first
not
thing
on
that
this
I
one.
did was
Let's
to
hit
locate a
the
plain
same
biome bordering
on
the
this
swamp,
channel, please.
as that's what we can see in the pictures in our book. Although it is unlikely that there would be a ruined portal within render distance in the book, especially in 1.7. The first step was to get our area of land suited for building, because the house
Ah, okay. One thing disappoints me a bit. Like, but it's okay. We still can see this. He's like using some mods, right? Like the grass looks different and stuff. Like I would like to see this like completely vanilla Minecraft, but it's okay. We'll still check it out.
or mansion.
It's not heavy
You could call
modding,
it
right?
mansion. It's pretty big, and it needs a large amount of area. And this mostly just included covering up caves and water pools and flattening out the terrain a bit. The very front of our house is going to be facing in this direction.
Okay.
In the back here, we're going to have a little garden area, and off to the side
That's
by
nice.
the swamp, we're going to have the hedge maze.
Like it's good to know what you want to do at first. Like look at this. This is for example like one important step, and I saw that they also showed this in the book. Like, do you guys see that? Like how here he goes like out by like 2 blocks, and he has like this area. This will either be like the entrance or like for a window. Like that's so important when you build a house, that at first you lay like a good foundation. Like you know where's this. Like will the house have like a right and left wing? Will this have like just a wing for like the entrance, like an entrance hall or something, or a garden should be on this side? Like I think it's so important to plan this ahead before you continue building anything. And you can like break stuff and just move it if you don't like it at the end. But if you build like a whole house and you didn't do this first, you're gonna mess up. Oh, that looks like a bunker, a military bunker or something right now. Oh yeah. It's actually
Well, I finished
using
the
oak.
basement. I mean, technically it's the first floor, so it's not really a basement, but it looks like a basement. That's what matters.
Yeah.
And you may have noticed I had to move it down by 1 block because I
cobblestone.
built it on an elevated area that was too small. There's actually some of it left here. I
Yeah.
just realized. And that wasn't going to work out because it needs to be on the same elevation as everything else.
Ah,
So I moved it
part of
down,
those on water.
and it ended up working out okay. But we need to move on to the next couple floors now. And we're going to finish off the actual house, and then we'll work on the gigantic porch that goes around the outside, which honestly might make up like 1/3 of the total square feet of the house. I mean,
Oh, nice.
maybe meters, but
Oh, I love that. Like this is something I love about builds. We have like this is so cool if you have like one floor with a different material than the other one. I think that's so cool. Like you have like the first floor, let's say with stone, and a second one with like wood or something. I think that's so cool. I started doing this also more often, where I have like either half the floor, like the first blocks with like, let's say stone something, It can be like polished andesite. It can be cobblestone, looks also sometimes really nice. Or like stone bricks. I think it's nice to do that at the ground, to have like a different material, and then once you go up, you change to like a wood, like a different sort of wood or something, or maybe terracotta is also nice. Very important, the roof layout. Yeah, I feel like roofs are the easiest to mess up on for most people, especially if you do like multiple roofs like that. Oh yeah, there we go.
Here's what the house looks like.
Oh, he did the same thing that we did at the Snowy Kingdom. You guys remember that? Like those that watched me on the main channel? Like we did the same thing on the roof. Like we didn't know what to do because we had like such a huge room upstairs, right? So we also broke a part of the roof and we added like a big window there. Yeah, this reminds me a bit of the Snowy Kingdom right now.
Here's what the house looks like just by itself, without the giant porch, any of the decorative stuff in the back. And that's actually what we got to work on now, is making the massive porch that goes around most of the outside, and the fancy garden in the back. I mean, fancy by 1.7 standards.
By 1.7, yeah. We didn't have so many options back then, so... I have to look from when the updated one is, which patch. Is it 1.16 or is it 1.15 or so? We have to look. But that's still viable. Like, you can still build like that. Now you just have like more options. Like, you could use... Oh, I like that swimming pool there. Wandering trader.
I'm not sure why Mojang had logs underneath all the leaves. Maybe something was different about the game back then that would make the leaves decay or something, but I don't really remember that. Either way, it kind of looks cool, and we have...
Ah, I see why they did that with the logs. They did the logs there because they wanted it to seem like there's actual wood inside the bush, I think. Because he said he doesn't know why they put logs there. I see why, because like if you look at the bush, it's a bit see-through, right? And if you want to give it like a wooden look or something, you can do this and use logs. But what I would do, you could also use just like coarse dirt, and you also have something brownish there, and you can just pretend that's like the ground. Because if you have a bush and you look like in real life, or like in my garden, for example, it's like that. There is earth under bushes, no grass. So I would probably use coarse dirt instead though.
Decay or something, but I don't really remember that.
Nah, I think it's for the wood texture.
Cool. And we have this really old school pool back here, just
old school
stone and exposed glowstone.
That looks nice.
Benefit from sea lanterns now. And there's a little patio over here with an anvil posing as a grill or barbecue thingy, something like that.
Barbecue thingy.
And we've even got some visitors.
There's a mic cut for that.
They were generous enough to donate 2 leads.
I don't do that. What I usually do when I see wandering traders, I just like cage them into a freaking dirt box. Like I will use dirt blocks and put like a wall between the llamas and the trader and make the trader get stuck. Or the llamas get stuck. Doesn't matter which way. So I will like separate them with a wall of dirt. And then once the trader walks away, they just snap and I can still use the wandering trader. Because I often actually tame the llamas. Wow, but that's a good base because there's the sea. Like you can have there a freaking harbor and like go explore and always come back here. That's such a good location to build near to the sea. I think that's the best starter location you can have. Base near the sea. Oh, that looks so nice. Wants to make a labyrinth, right? Oh shit, I was correct. Because I saw the logs, I figured what he would do. Ooh.
So who would have thought that making
I need this for the SMP
and logs underneath that would take longer than the house.
I control my friends then.
Me, but it did. I think it may have been maybe a minute less, but it felt as long. And we also have a cliff back here because I kind of underestimated how much room the maze would take up. And yeah, you could trap your friends.
Why did it fully with logs there at the cliff?
Towards the center and just hope they didn't bring the shears or put them in adventure mode instead. There's only one way to actually get into the center of the maze. It's pretty simple. You can just go through there, around the little area.
It's a funny mini game if you're bored.
You're in the center, so most of the maze is redundant, but I guess that's kind of what a maze is. It's just mostly redundancies to make it hard.
But one thing bothers me a bit. Why locks here? Like, okay, I understand like one lock at the bottom under the bush, but why so many locks here? Why not dirt and then one lock?
That seems to make it hard. Anyways,
so
you may
nice.
think we are done because we did everything that we talked about doing in the book, but we are not done. Definitely not.
Definitely
You
not.
see, if we go over here to this double
Nice.
chest, these are literally all the materials that we use in building the house, the garden, and the maze. It's not very much for quite a few structures like that. And if we go over here and go inside the house itself, there's literally
There's a
nothing
zombie.
except for the one zombie that managed to spawn. And we're gonna change
There's no
that
torches.
because the book doesn't actually show any interior for the house. But what I'm gonna do is I'm going to combine old school Minecraft.
It's so
in other
pretty
words, the house,
inside. I would
with
love
the
to have a
new
base like
modern
that.
building styles for the interior. I'm gonna give it a full interior, and we're gonna see what it looks like old school on the outside and modern interior on the inside, and then we'll be complete. The inside is completely finished, and there's absolutely nothing different on the outside, so you're not gonna be able to tell much just by looking at it from out here. But
Guys, should I try to recreate something similar to that with like different wood, like mostly like spruce and dark oak? Like we could actually make a starter base similar to this for our hardcore series that we will start once 1.18 drops. Because I want to build on a mountain a big base like that.
But when we go inside, you're going to be surprised because it is a lot different than before. Even just entering in here, you can see we already have demarcated this bottom floor into lots of different rooms. We've got ourselves a nice carpet.
Wow.
There's one singular hat right here. And
I love
straight
how
ahead,
this-
there is kind of a little
How this feeling is when you enter
We've
here.
got a
Looks like
perpetually
comfortable.
lit blast furnace here, thanks to a convenient command that allows you to place in a block that's already lit. Like it's just gonna burn forever due to the magic of commands. There's a little neat trick here you can do with the lanterns, where it makes it look like it's actually attached to a point in the ceiling as
With a weapon.
sitting underneath the
Yeah,
wood.
yeah.
And
It's
over
a
here,
weapon
there's a
holder.
bit of a storage room, and the kitchen floor, it leaks a little bit. You'll see why.
Why is it
But
leaking? It shouldn't be
storage room
leaking.
here
I
is
wouldn't
nothing
rent this or
fancy.
buy this if I
And
come
on
to
this
look at it
side,
and it
we
leaks.
have the staircase going up. It's kind of like a little wraparound thing, more
Wow.
than lantern tricks. And there's a couple flowers back here.
So now the armor
As we go
stand.
up here, we can see we've got a nice hanging lantern, and we've got a pretty spacious living room with a
Ooh,
nice sort of glass.
That looks quite
table.
modern.
There's also a trick that you can do to make potted plants by having them.
Ah, yeah, that's what I
compost
showed
soil
in the
with,
tutorial a
with
few weeks
compost.
ago.
Yeah, it actually looks like dirt inside, so it's kind of a clever trick. I don't know if I'm the first one to figure this out. I highly doubt that I am, but it just occurred to me to do here. Over
Yeah.
here, there's the kitchen and the dining room, and you can see why the floor is leaking now because of the sink here. And there's a campfire under.
And sadly, there's like nothing you can do to fix this with the leaking thingy, because it will always leak if you just have one block at the bottom. Like the only way to fix this is to like make the house one block higher and then use 2 blocks as the ground for the second floor. Like if you guys want to build anything with a freaking bathroom and you want to have like water in, make sure to have a ground that's 2 blocks thick. Then you just have to build your house 1 block higher, or instead of 4 blocks, 1 floor has to be just 3 blocks high. Because I usually, like I try to always have like between 4 to 5 blocks of height in my builds, because otherwise I create like freaking towers, right? So yeah, it looks better with roofs in my opinion, if you have like 4 blocks per floor or something. But yeah, with that you have to go with 5 blocks and make the ground at least 2, or go by 6 blocks, and then yeah.
Because of the sink here, and there's a campfire underneath the smoker, constantly making it have smoke particles. It's a fairly common trick, but you can make little like drawer patterns using the back sides of looms. It looks really similar to a drawer, so that's what those
Yeah.
are. Inside here we've got a pretty small bedroom. It looks like the snow that's the pillow melted because of the end rod. That's I did not anticipate that, but it's actually like a bigger bed, not just the literal bed blocks, but kind of a cool trick you can do. Snow layers make it look like a pillow.
Yeah, it looks
kind of
like
an older
that.
school bed design, but still looks pretty cool. And going up to the 3rd floor, we have a few rooms up here. Just 2 bedrooms. This is a really small bedroom, kind of like a literally no windows.
The carpet looks like
closet
freaking
almost.
Steve's color.
And if we go through here, there is
Like that's Steve right there on the ground. Look, like Steve has spread on the ground. That's like the same color that Steve's clothes have.
a bigger bedroom,
Minecraft
and there's a balcony you can look down over there with a very, very bright looking carpet.
Wow.
It's another one of these bed designs, although the
I
pillows
would love to
haven't
live
melted
here.
this time, which is a good thing. There's access to the porch from the kitchen, and there's also access to the porch.
Holy shit.
From
I want to
right
build
here
something
by
like that
the
for the
staircase
new
to the
series.
second floor. So that's pretty much all I did to the inside. It's kind of a lot. There's a lot more building materials in there than what was used probably to build the entire house plus garden plus maze. But yeah, we've got ourselves a
Love
nice
this huge
house
balcony here
according to
too.
Mojang, but with my own interior design, which I think works pretty nicely.
Yeah,
That's gonna be it for
he's
this
a
video.
good
Hope you guys
builder.
enjoyed this idea. I thought it was pretty cool.
He's a really
Let me
good
know in the
builder.
comments if there are any other builds you'd like me to do according to Mojang, like maybe out of this book, and we could sort of do.
I should
similar
maybe
thing where
order
we made
this
the
kind of
interior
book, but the
really fancy
updated
because
version.
it wasn't shown in the book. If you did enjoy, consider dropping.
Because
a
there might
like
be
and
ideas
hitting
that I
the
don't have
subscribe
yet.
button. That's gonna be all for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. I've been Sbeev, and I'll see you in the next video or live stream. Bye.
Wow. Like, Sbeev is actually a very, very good builder. And yeah, this book is very, very interesting. I didn't know there were such books out there. Like, I know there's like a book about mobs and stuff for Minecraft by Mojang that they released. And there's like information, like lore about like the mobs and stuff. And also like about the creeper and things. Like, it's interesting. But that they have like a building book. That's like good for like people that want to get into like Minecraft and they have no clue what to do there. I think it's good for like beginners. For me, like it can help me find like new ideas for building, but most of the stuff I already know. But yeah, it's good. Interesting that they have books like that. Yeah, I'm really like motivated now for like a new series once the new update comes. Or we might like stay on this seat and I just move. No. I want to play on hardcore. I've never played on hardcore before Minecraft. Like, yeah, it would be a new experience. Minecraft hardcore series. I'll be frustrated if I die because I usually invest so many hours, even like off camera, into my worlds that I don't really like to play on hardcore, but I consider giving it a shot and I might make a base similar to that. Yeah. So yeah, guys, if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content, and I'd also really appreciate if you leave a like, and please stay all safe and healthy, and I will see you guys next time.